Hi, and welcome to the For the Culture. It's your girl, Miss Moi.
It's AWB.
And I'm the diva.
And welcome to our show. Y'all ain't gonna be messing me up.
I
Listen,
know.
I apologize. It was
Tonight,
all me. It was
y'all
all
not
me.
gonna be messing me up.
But I love you.
Yeah, I love y'all, but y'all be doing too much. Thank you so much for tuning in to For the Culture. Please watch, share, like, tell your friends all about this. This show is particularly for the culture, just what it says. And so we talk about things that matter directly to us, and we're going to share that with you. Please follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We TikToking now, Newbie Radio, and more to come. How y'all doing tonight, ladies?
Doing
Great.
good. Doing
Y'all looking good?
You looking good. Yes.
It is the day of love.
Love.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day
Happy
to
Valentine's
everybody
Day, y'all.
watching. And
Happy birthday.
I'm excited to talk tonight about this topic. I think it's so important. I don't think we share the love as much as we should.
As much as we could.
So I think tonight is going to be bomb. I'm going to ask y'all some questions. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I want y'all to send. Like I told you, please share, like, and follow, if not in that order, okay?
There you
All
go.
right. So tonight we are talking about love because it is Valentine's Day. And y'all done brought me some goodies. I don't know how to feel. I feel love today.
We're
Okay.
sharing the love.
Everybody
Y'all are
should be
sharing
loved.
the love. Okay, first question tonight.
Mhm.
What is love to you?
Great question.
That is a good question. And you know what? When I was doing my studying, my research, I realized I don't think I know what love is.
Wow. That's profound.
Oh.
That's actually profound.
Okay.
Yeah. I
right.
was looking and everything they were saying, I was like, oh, wow. So I'm here to learn tonight.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm here to
wow.
learn.
Okay.
Okay. She's learning tonight. What about you, Diva?
You know, love to me is several different facets.
Okay.
You know, we have the love for our sister friends.
Mm-hmm.
We have the love for our significant others, if there's a significant other. We have the love for our family. And then we have what I call agape, or the Christ-like love.
Yeah.
You know, so we can go a whole different realm
Mm.
of the spectrum of love to me.
All right. Let me tell y'all what I got. I said love is an exchange of energy. It's patient. It's kind. It is light. It is not heavy. It is an escape. It is a feeling. And it is also moving. That's what love is to me. How'd I do?
You did
Yes,
good. You
give me
did
them.
good. You did good.
A blues for Nina, honey. I think I did it.
I don't know what that means, but
You know Love Jones.
Ah.
When he was up there on the stage.
Oh,
It's a cultural
yes,
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
you know
it.
what
I know
Love
Love
Jones.
Jones. I know Love
Girl,
Jones. But you
okay.
know what? I'm trying to keep up here because I was looking at words and they were talking about, you know, lust and attachment and you know, and I was just like, I was so confused because I was like, no.
But you still didn't come up with a definition.
I got a lot. I got a lot of definitions. I got a couple of pages of stuff.
Okay. But not. It didn't satisfy what you
It
think.
didn't. I wasn't feeling it.
Okay.
I wasn't feeling it.
Let's talk about love in the community.
Okay.
Is that still a thing? What y'all thinking? Like, do we have it for each other or no?
I think that we have love for the community, but I think that it is conditional. I think that it is how you look, how you're acting, what you're saying. You've almost got to be on point at all times, and then I'm going to love you. And then it depends on who else loves you, if I love you.
She has said a mouthful. I'm just saying.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I tell you,
I
I
wasn't ready
was
for that.
studying, and I was like, what is happening?
I want my earring back.
Get it?
I want it. Okay, what about you, Diva? What you think?
You know, actually, I was going there with AWB and saying some of the same things. I think for our community, it used to not be as conditional as it is now.
Yeah.
Now it's more of keeping up with the Joneses, or well, I will love you if you can do this for me, or if you are a certain stature and finances, then you know we can love on each other.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
with our culture. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate.
And then another thing that's huge right now, it depends on what you do or what you've done.
Mm.
And if who it sits well with,
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Mm.
Who, is judging you, Bill Cosby.
Mm.
It depends on, because we love you when you're on top.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
we put some words on you when you're on top.
Okay, so I said I definitely believe there's still love in the community, but you are what you attract. Meaning, if you speak love, you speak positivity, if you speak support, you will end up around those type of individuals. That don't mean you don't have to weed through some things,
Right.
or you won't experience some negativity or some people that's not on that. But if you put that out, I believe it's going to return to you.
Okay.
So that's what I got for that. What you think? You ain't. I have a feeling you wasn't feeling that. No.
I with that, I just feel like you said a couple of things, putting love out there and putting support out there. I think you can support, but it depends on who else is supporting you. And in the city of Indianapolis, for example, there's a couple of names that are huge, and you hear them all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's other people who are doing great things as well, but you don't hear their names.
Yeah.
There's not enough people loving on them yet.
Right.
But then when people start loving you, everybody start loving you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But Nap, to me, is kind of a trendy city.
Right.
People go off of what everybody's going off of. So if somebody gets it, that's it. That's the person for that. Even though there are other people, like you said, that may do the same exact thing. They may even do it better. But this is the person that caught these people's attention. And so that's where they're going to gravitate to. So over the years, as you guys know, we do all kind of drives year round. We give back to our community. There are a lot of businesses that have supported us, that have been a part of, what we do. And then there are some that will only stick with a certain name or a bigger name or whatever. So I definitely understand what you're saying. Okay, so let's...
Is that frustrating to anybody else except me?
Honestly, it used to be.
Okay.
But I had to learn that what's for me is for me.
Help me,
and
sis.
who's for me is for me.
Okay.
And only thing I can do is be me and give my positive light.
Okay.
Either you accept it or you don't. That's my
Got it.
kind
Okay.
that part.
Okay.
So if you're just tuning in, we're talking all about love because it is the day of love. It is Valentine's Day. And so we're talking about love in all different facets. Please like, share, and follow. This is for the culture. Do that. So we have been talking love. I really love the point that you be dropping some gems. You know what I'm saying? Like you be giving some different perspectives. So you keep doing that. That's what's up. Okay. Let's talk about love in relationship. Okay? And when I say in relationship, I'm also talking about marriage. Okay? Do we believe that this is still a goal? This is still what we're into? This is still what we want in our community? What do we think?
I know I want it in my life.
Do you?
That was too much.
I didn't know. Okay, let me find out. All right.
I think that we really do want it, but I think that there's so much now. There's social media. Everybody is everywhere all the time, talking to 100 people saying the same things.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, the more we get to know each other, the less we know each other.
Facts.
Wow.
So I think we
Ding.
want it. I think we want it. I just don't know, honest to God, how to go about and get it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's so much. And we all know that we don't meet the real person till about 3 to 4 months in. We meet their representative first.
After that.
And then
Longer than that.
later on, the real them starts
Everybody's
coming
face is
through.
like,
So I think we got to get back to the real. I think that's the huge
Come on,
issue.
real. Okay.
Yes.
What you think?
Well, as a old married person, I call myself, but as a married person, there are definitely days that you will not like your spouse. But as long as you love them at the end of the day, you know it's worth fighting for.
Mm.
Love is very multifaceted. You know, some days you're gonna love them more than they love you, and vice versa. You know, I think as long as the communication stays there about love and the actions back up the love, then we're all right. Love is an action verb.
Absolutely.
All right, so what I said was, I believe we have a lot of distractions. We have a lot of influences. And so you have to stay focused and surround yourself around individuals that's going to get you to your goal. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, I say it all the time, the first 5 people in your life represent you. So who are you hanging around and who are you talking to? If you're trying to talk to me on a relationship level, potential to marriage, or a liking level, I got to know what you want down the line. Because if you don't want what I want, there's no point of us talking. You could be cool, you could be cute, you could be fly, but if we're not going the same way,
Right.
what's the point?
Right.
Like, that's a waste of time. So I agree with both of you on that. For me, in particular, coming out of a marriage, I will say marriage is beautiful. You have to marry the right person, and you have to marry the person that believes that you're right for them, so that you guys can go forever, like you said. No, you're not going to like each other every day, but you should love each other every day. So it's definitely a thing in our community, but who are you listening to? Another thing, go back in history, right? Things were put on our community specifically to break up our homes.
Absolutely.
If you keep that in mind, that'll keep you encouraged. Jim Crow, all these things, all these welfare, all these things to break up our family. It was designed that way,
right,
because they know that black family together is very powerful. Mm-hmm. So if you keep that in mind and you keep that goal upstairs, it's going to help you navigate when you're talking to people, when you're meeting people, so you'll get to your goal.
There you go.
Dang for me.
And
And it goes, you know what, I think it goes back to community as well.
Yeah.
Because you said, you know, you brought up the olden days. Used to be, if a couple was struggling, whether it be financial or mentally or spiritually, folks came together.
Yeah.
They came together,
Yeah.
and they began to encourage,
Yeah.
and they began to support.
Yeah.
Anymore now, you've got this team over here and this team over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is no longer a group going toward the same goals.
Yeah.
You got people, oh, I wouldn't take that, or I wouldn't do
Yes,
that,
honey.
and you don't know what you're gonna take
Yes.
until
Woo.
you're standing in those very
Yes.
tight shoes.
Yes.
can we have about 5 bells?
Absolutely.
But you know, we are also in the era of the side chick and the side dude.
Oh.
So,
And it's popular now.
And it's so sad. It's so
popular to be
Yeah.
a side piece.
Yes.
People don't value commitment.
Who would want to be the green beans when you could be the steak? I don't understand that.
I love green beans.
I do too, but I don't want a plate full of green beans.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You have to pick one.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I don't want no macaroni. You know, some folks eat macaroni as a meal, just macaroni.
That's some weird stuff.
I
don't
look,
think.
that goes on the side for me.
That's a side
Yeah.
dish.
That's a
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Now that steak,
That
Yeah.
steak, baby.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. We got to get back to the steak
Yeah.
and stop glorifying all this other.
Yeah.
But we glorify a lot of things.
That's
now.
the side chicks. I said what I said. Okay? So moving on, how important is sisterly and brotherly love?
Oh my
How
God,
important
it's
is that?
huge. It's huge. It's huge. And I say it's huge because if it had not been for my sisters by my side, I mean, they get you through. You know, when you on your face, when you in your pillow and your
Yeah.
pillow is wet,
Yeah.
you can call your sisters or your brothers.
Yeah.
You can call them and they will encourage you, and they will tell you when you being absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
That's those real ones.
There you go.
That's the real ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was definitely going to say, you know, the definition of that is philia. You know, so that's also known as brotherly or sisterly love or self-love, unconditional love that also persists regardless of the circumstances.
Woo.
So, you know,
Mm.
that's some real love.
That's some real
That's-
love.
Let's hold on to that part right there, where you said, regardless of the circumstance. For me, I'm a huge believer in love and friendships. My sisters are my strength. I say that no matter what, they are there. But what I have found is you have to figure out who's really with you to the test of time, right? Because if you're only with me when I'm jazzed up and I'm doing my thing, I really don't need you. And I had to learn that.
Right.
And sometimes you do have to be on your face, and you do have to be distraught, or you do have to be in a place of just, oh my God, what am I going to do, to see who is really there. Even with going through my life and things that I'm going through right now, I can tell almost who's going to call me and who's not. Like, and by learning that, I've learned just how important people are in my life and how important I am in theirs. And let's stop discouraging friendship. I think the devil, the enemy, whatever you call him, wants to keep us divided. Stop telling yourself you don't need friends, especially women. We do this a lot, and it's not okay. Stop telling yourself you don't need friends, you don't need a support. You do.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. Part of the reason why we all half crazy is because we've been in the house by ourselves and couldn't be around our people. You need somebody sometimes. So it's okay to have friends, sister friends, bros, brothers, whatever you call them, because they're going to be your strength when people come and go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys definitely was on point with that. Okay. This one's about to get juicy.
Okay. Ooh, I like juicy.
So
yes.
be prepared for what I have for you.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you believe in love after divorce or remarriage?
Absolutely.
Okay. Speak on it.
Absolutely. I think, and I'm reading, and it talked about a couple of different loves. It talked about your first love, where, you know, usually that's like in high school or college, and you're just infatuated and you're head over heel, and you're just, oh my God, you're just beautiful, oh my God. And that fades. It fades because you grow apart, okay? And then it talked about your second love, and that's probably the intense love. You know, everything is so, oh my God, I can't do it without, I can't live without you, I can't be without, you got that love. And then you've got that last love, that unconditional love, that agape love, that no matter what love, no matter how I look, if my hair done, if my nails did, no matter what you're talking about, that love. So you may not get, okay, maybe you marry your first love. You guys are 19, 20 years old. What you want at 20, you're not going to want at 40. And what you want at 40, you sure enough for sure don't want at 57. Hello?
I'm done.
I'm just saying. So you are growing, and so I believe that your love is going to grow too. You're not looking for the same things. You know, in high school, I was looking for light skin, long hair, you know, the usual suspects.
Okay,
you know.
you.
Okay. See,
That's how she got moi.
Okay.
Okay.
2 times. Lord Jesus. But when you get older, it becomes something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to do it again to find what you need, to find what needs you.
Yeah.
Who needs you?
Well, I am actually in my second marriage.
Okay.
You know, so it took me a while to get to this place. I was divorced for a number of years, almost longer than I was married. So I didn't take it lightly going into this marriage.
Right.
You know, and I think I made it very clear to my husband that I didn't have to be married to him or to anybody else. I was perfectly fine loving me.
And that's huge. Self-love.
You know,
that's huge.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you know, I'm grateful that that my husband actually refound me. You know, we reconnected after a number of years of being apart and living life and being married to other people. And
Yeah.
we came back together, and it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I could not have imagined, though, being married to him in my 20s.
Okay.
I don't think we would have lasted then
Okay.
because we were both two different people.
Yeah.
You know, so I definitely agree with you when you say that, you know, it's different as you age or as you go through different portions of your life.
Yeah.
But I encourage everyone, you know, date. That's the thing. We are in a microwave society, and people want to get married like yesterday. You just met the man. You don't know if his breath stinks in the morning when he rolls over, and vice versa. Don't get married so soon. Get to know them. You know, because again, sometimes you are dealing with a person's representative.
That's it.
You know, and you don't want to be caught off guard, and they should not be caught off guard. You know, when that representation changes or goes different. You know, so
Part two, get to know them and get to know their family. Because you become their family becomes your family.
That's true.
Get to know their family. Because people are raised differently.
Very true.
You know,
Very true.
and what if you are oil and water? Unless you're making a salad, it's not gonna work.
Right. That's a real
Sorry.
statement. No, that's a real statement.
For me, I definitely believe in love after divorce. I don't think a failed marriage should be a lifetime of failure. I don't think you should get caught up in that circumstance or that situation and let that control the narrative of your life. I know some women that are up in age, and it's like they let that one relationship scar them, and they never married again, or they never, all men are like this. No, that was the experience that you had with that person. And what I've learned is everybody's not the same.
Exactly.
So you don't know what you're going to experience with someone that is totally different than who you've experienced before. And so if you shut yourself off to love, then you're keeping yourself from your blessings.
Exactly.
You would never give a person that much power to say, oh, they'll never marry again, or they'll never find the happiness. No, sweetheart, maybe you didn't see what you had, but that doesn't mean somebody else won't.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
Come on with it.
that's how I'm feeling about that. If you want to get married again, do it.
Yeah.
Why not? You live one
Absolutely.
time. Do what you got to do. And I think sometimes when you're in marriage, I know I struggle with this, you want to hold on to it forever. Because you're like, oh my God, this is a covenant. Let me do this. Let me do this. But you can't love alone. You can't be in a relationship alone. And you can't just deal with whatever. Because sometimes people know that you want to hold on. And they know that you want it to last. So now they're just doing whatever. And so you got to have that self-love too, to be like, it's time to bow out gracefully.
You
So,
gotta know your deal breakers.
yes.
Yeah.
So this walks us greatly into our next topic. If you're just tuning in, this is For the Culture. Of course, follow us on all social media platforms. We are here to talk about our culture with you, and we want to share that with you every Monday at 7 p.m. So what are your thoughts on self-love? Please provide examples.
Self-love, first of all, I talked about the 3 different relationships, Until you find self-love, you are not able to love. You cannot give away what you don't have, okay?
Very true.
Learning to love yourself, learning to know yourself, learning to know when you can and you can't, and when it's yes and when it's no. That's huge, okay? And one of my big things for me, self-love, is I go in the house, okay? When the energy is too thick, when it's too much, what I have to do is I go in and I recharge. And I learned that is loving myself. Because if I'm out there and I don't want to be out there, now I'm going to be acting funny. And we don't want funny people.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm going in the house. It's my self-love.
Okay.
I would say self-love is knowing, as both of you kind of said, when to love yourself enough to walk away and not be ashamed of that. And that can be in a marriage, in a friendship, with your family, in a relationship with your coworkers, in your job situation. It could be a number of different things. And the reason why I say that is because, if you're looking at employment, if you are not there tomorrow, guess what?
Yeah.
They'll have somebody in your seat within 10 minutes
Yeah.
of you not being there.
The next day.
For sure.
know?
For sure.
And, in relationships with friendships, brothers and sisters, for instance, it can't be give, take, but never give, take.
Balance.
Give, take.
Yeah.
It has to have that balance. And I think us as Black women especially, we will stay there and we will stay there and we will stay there in relationships, whether it's a relationship that we've been in for 13 years and he ain't married you yet. Just saying. Or, the marriage that is not going to work.
Yeah.
And I am all for marriage. I believe in that covenant. Again, that's why I made that covenant myself. I truly believe that marriage is ordained.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But as you both have said, you have to be married to the right person.
Absolutely.
So that's part of self-love.
That's a part of it. For sure. Okay. Self-love to me is different in different situations. So I gave some examples of what self-love is for me. It is peace. It is laughter. It is writing. It is dancing. It is shopping. It is whatever you love to do. Your favorite thing. To me, that's self-love. It's also listening to positive things and being positive. Just keeping yourself around good energy, telling yourself good thoughts. Those are also forms of self-love. You can't have a great, successful, and happy life if everything you say is negative. Listening to your favorite songs, watching your favorite movies and shows. This is also self-love. I can sit up and watch Sex and the City, Power, and Seinfeld for days and talk to no one and be fine.
Those are all over the spectrum.
I know they're totally, but those are my shows.
Right.
And Chicago PD, I can't forget Chicago PD. But I can watch that stuff and just be at peace and laugh or cry or be like, yeah, get them. You know, that's self-love. Outside of that, fixing yourself up. I'm huge on this. Pampering yourself. It always brings out your self-esteem. And sometimes self-love is sitting in silence. Thinking things through. What happened? Then what? Okay, what are we doing next? That's self-love too. Because sometimes you got to just think about things. You don't necessarily have to talk. You don't necessarily have to make any movements. You just kind of got to think and come to yourself. And I think that's a form of self-love as well.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
All right. So this part is a little fun.
Okay.
I wanted to see what you guys thought, and then I have some answers as well. What is your favorite love songs or movies that represent our culture well? So you see how there's tears to that thing.
Right.
So your favorite songs or movies that represent our culture well around love. And don't be looking at my list.
Oh, let me see your list.
No.
You know who immediately popped in my head, and some folks might not get it. Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
He had some really cool love songs, and then he had some raunchy songs. I like those too.
Yeah.
And then he had some songs about loving ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on. You know, I mean, so that came to my head immediately. Movies, the only thing that I can think of were surrounded about love, and it was everything. It was love, it was comedy, it was tragedy, it was drama, soul food. You know, everybody coming together, and then we can't come together, and then we coming back together. That's family for real, you know.
Good one. I would definitely go with, I love songs. You know, in more modern times, like your Jill Scotts, your NDREs, you know, where they're actually uplifting our brothers, you know, versus going back to even, you know, your Diane Carrolls, you know, your Dionne Warwicks, your Aretha Franklins. You know, they came out with some songs that were very personal.
Good songs,
You know, that
Good
represented
artists.
love on all different sides of the spectrum. You know, from being mad at them to being so in love that, you know, hey, you love the bathwater. You know how it is. So as far as a movie's concerned, I can think of a whole bunch of them, but I'll definitely say Love Jones. You know, we mentioned that earlier, and just watching them go through the steps of loving.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think of also, Why Did I Get Married? You know, because you saw different couples in different lights and different perspectives.
And we know all those couples.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody knows somebody that was at least one of those couples, you know.
Absolutely.
And or has been that couple.
Yeah.
You know, or that one just left my head, so yeah, that's what I'll say.
Okay, so songs, I didn't write songs down, which is weird of me because I'm a musicaholic, but I think I can just get some out of my head. So, Love by Musiq Soulchild. Oh my God. Beauty by Dru Hill.
Oh, yes.
Anything Kenny Lattimore has made, he gonna pretty much love on you, period.
Yes.
So there's him. Greatest Love of All, Whitney Houston, of course. Good Morning Gorgeous, Mary J.
Come on,
Love
Mary.
it on yourself.
Listen,
You did
love
awesome
it.
at Super Bowl, by
Love
the
it on
way.
yourself.
Yes.
There's so many. To me, you can look at songs differently.
Yes, you
because
can.
even with Formation, I feel like that's a love song in a sense for us. For us to know just how bad we are, how beautiful we are, no matter if we come from big cities or bayous, it's a love song for us. Girl Like You, that song by Maroon 5, I absolutely love too. Just paying homage to us as girls, as women. Oh, my favorite song by Shaka Khan, Can't Nobody Love Me Better. It's Your Face. It's Your Face. But anyway,
just the fact that you broke out and started
listen,
singing.
that song was on Breaking with Ozone and Turbo.
Yes.
And so every time that song come on, I be like, oh, listen, because I see him with the broom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then Marvin Gaye, of course, you spoke on him. Him and Luther gave you love too. I mean, he just
Luther
gave
you
him
love. He did.
We talking about Big Luther.
Big Luther. Yeah. But I like both Luthers. I just like both. But you know who brought some serious sweet love? Anita Baker.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Anita.
My
Classic.
goodness.
She's so classy. I love her.
Yes.
Sade, she gave us some love.
She did.
She gave us some love. Yeah, we got some greats. If you really
do.
think about it, we got some lovers. Aaliyah gave us a 4-page letter, honey, and she signed it with a kiss. Like, listen, that's woo. Okay, so that's my songs that I can think of right now. Okay, movies. Y'all kind of named some of my movies, so I'm gonna let y'all know that I need y'all to get.
Oh, I can't look. I was trying to
your
get my glasses.
Okay, so I picked Love Jones for Love in Relationship because he loved him some Nina.
Didn't he?
And he tried to play like he didn't, but that's where he ended up because he just loved her. And I loved how he expressed. I love a man that can express himself. I didn't know that all men cannot do that.
Right.
And so him expressing just how he felt about her is just put something on a page for me. Listen, that's amazing. Outside of that, Bodyguard for New Love. I think that is an amazing movie because she was so stubborn, but love just, it brought her in, and then in the end they was running and hugging and all of that. So that's what I got for that. Soul Food, Family Love. Absolutely. I think that movie was such a great representation of the family and what we go through, especially when our matriarchs pass and how we have the division and we got to just figure it out. After that, I have Waiting to Exhale, Love and Friendship. Because if you watch that movie, they was each other's road dogs.
Yes.
It didn't matter what was, we setting stuff on fire, that's what we doing.
Okay.
Oh, we in the courtroom today. Oh, okay. Like whatever, that's what they were for each other. Just Right. I love this movie because it was an unexpected love. His ideal lover was not for him.
Right.
He loved her the way she looked. She was gorgeous. But she wasn't into him, and she was not for him. And so he had to learn what love is. And I think we watched that character learn what love is. So I really love that. And then the final one for me I have is How Stella Got Her Groove Back for Love After Divorce. Because he was a successful woman. She was doing her thing. She was just going on vacation with a girl. She wasn't thinking about nothing. Next thing you know, here comes Stedman. Knocked her off her feet.
Hey, Stedman.
Yes, I keep losing earrings. That one's going to stay. But anyway, so that's what I got from my music and my movies. All about love.
Good.
Y'all know what we didn't talk about?
What's that?
Purple Rain, your boy.
Oh.
Because he loved it, that girl.
He was an ultimate lover. I'm just saying. He was an ultimate lover.
It was a lot of love and it was a lot of love and it was a lot of craziness along with love.
Yes.
That was kind of a
toxic there. But you know, him as a person, and I saw this meme the other day that I just rolled because it was actually true. That was the only man I knew that could wear the same size heels I did and do with a perm and probably some of my kind of underwear and still pull everyone.
Pull the baddest.
He
was
fine and gorgeous at the same time.
Yes, he was.
Listen,
absolutely.
Women wanted him, men wanted to be him.
Yeah.
He was that dude. You know?
And musical genius.
Musical absolute
genius.
Yeah. Oh, y'all know which is a good one, and I know we ain't really talk about this today, but just the love of hope. If you think about the Wiz and how they went through all of that, just the love of hope. Like, oh, we gonna make it. We gonna see the big dude. We gonna make it home. We gonna make money. We gonna do. I mean, that was a good representation of all the brotherly part,
Yeah.
the self part, the courage. Remember those gems that they gave us in that
Mhm.
movie?
Yes.
You know, they need to make movies like that again.
They do.
Well,
They do.
Well, they're too busy remaking movies. They're
Yeah,
not coming
true
up with
that.
anything new. It's
True
just
that.
what we've done over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, so.
You know, speaking of the Wiz, I think of the transformation, which shows self-love when
Yeah.
they came out of
Yeah.
the garments
Yeah.
that the witch had put them in.
Yeah.
You know,
And a lot of it they had all along.
Hey,
We be
Mhm.
having
right
it
there.
all along.
You have it all along.
Right there.
We be
And-
looking
and
for it. We got
you go, you're running, you're searching for this and you're searching for that, somebody to give you this and somebody to give you that. Then you find out who you're running for is not who you need to see.
yeah.
Well,
And then you come back and you're like, oh, here it is.
speak on it.
The Wiz was good.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
A
good.
lot of gems
That was
in
good.
that. So we talked about some music. We talked about some movies. Absolutely. I have a question for y'all,
Mhm.
and I really want y'all advice on this. What's some advice that you would give for a single person on Valentine's Day?
Don't feel bad. I find that a lot of people, somebody told me today, happy single recognition day.
Mm-hmm.
I got such a kick out of that. I'd never heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, okay. But people, you know, if you're going to send yourself flowers, send yourself flowers.
Come on,
do that
flowers.
for you, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to buy yourself candy, buy yourself candy. Do that for you.
Mhm.
But you cannot feel bad and don't allow people to make you feel bad because you're single.
Yeah.
You are walking in the ministry that you're supposed to be walking in at that particular time. Somebody's looking at you.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Somebody's looking at you. So just do you the best possible way that you can do, because you can't do nobody else. So just do you.
Great advice.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about this briefly among sisters, you know, but Galentine's is a great idea. You know,
Yes.
get with your girls.
Yeah.
Go out. You know, me personally, in my singleness, I always bought myself something every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I took myself out to dinner. I went to the spa.
Mm-hmm.
I treated myself.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I,
I do
did.
that all the time.
You know,
so.
Yeah.
exactly. But you know, my schedule is all over the place. You know,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
I made sure on Valentine's Day I did that kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it was so funny to see the looks of men as I was going into the jewelry store to pick up myself something,
Mhm.
or if I was sitting at the restaurant and I'm like, table for one. They're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Or they say just one.
you know,
Only
exactly like
one.
that's a bad thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Date yourself, because if you don't date yourself, you'll never know what you want
What
in
you
or need in or like.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
unfair to anyone that's trying to date you, because they may come a different way, and they're gonna be all wrong, and they don't know they're all wrong because you don't know they're all wrong.
Mm.
You know, so that's my advice.
So, this one is good. This year is the first year that I am single on Valentine's Day after 6 or 7 years. And so it was a mind blop. There you go. Because it's different.
Mhm.
Right.
And you're like, okay, let me go into this preparing myself for this so that I can get through it. Because I will be honest, if you're used to something, that's just what you think it's gonna be until you realize, oh, but it's not. So what I did this year for myself was I bought myself some things. I got the kiddos some things, and even I had some guests over the weekend. Kiddos got them a few things. And what I did was I shared love around myself. And so what I wrote was, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, it's always good to tap into love. Friends, family, yourself, your children, your coworker, Galentine's, all of that, they're going to keep you uplifted through a
Absolutely.
time that can be heavy. This morning, I got up, I was a little heavy. I can't lie. I was a little heavy, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get through this day, and whatever happens, happens. And what a day it has been.
Yeah.
I done got a bonus today, a new job, a surprise Valentine, all kind of stuff is
Yes.
happening. You never know what's in store for you. Don't stay stuck in a certain place because of how you
Absolutely.
see it. Another thing that I would say to singles on Valentine's Day, please be supportive to people that are in love and people that are in relationship. Your time is coming.
That's right.
You don't have to speak negatively of people that are not in your current situation. Let them have their day. It shouldn't affect you. Continue to stay positive. Continue to stay alive, because why? That is also love. You're not going to find the lover of your dreams if you too busy snaring at everybody else because they got theirs. That's not how it's going to work. So Valentine's Day is a day to celebrate yourself, to celebrate love, to celebrate others. And you can do that in many facets, like we talked about: family, friends, kids, co-workers, self. Do something for you. Do something that's going to make you happy. And mentally prepare yourself for stuff that you know that can be heavy.
There you go.
Because sometimes how you know? How do you know how you're going to feel until you get there? Why don't you prepare yourself now? I got myself some cute little things. They go with some of my kicks. I was like, yes, I'm right. I'm ready. And I still had a little moment, but you gather yourself and you keep it moving.
So why do you feel like you had a moment? Because you were single? Because nobody else bought you? Or why were you happy?
I had the moment because I'm so used to waking up a certain way and things being a certain way. The rose petals, the gifts, the diamonds, the this, the this. And today I just woke up and I'm thankful for that. That was a gift too.
Absolutely.
But it's like, oh, this is different. I haven't experienced this in a long time. This is different. So I just think my heart sunk a little bit, like, wow, this is my new normal. You know, so it took me a second to kind of gather myself. But I didn't know what God had in store. He had some things in store for me.
Right.
He gave me some gifts today. I got a whole Valentine. Hey, Valentine. I got a new job. I got a bonus. My boss called me personally. I want to tell you, you're getting a bonus today, and it's double what you got last year. What? That's a gift in itself.
Absolutely.
So he's taking care of us even when we're heavy or even when we're dealing with different storms. So that was great advice, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are like Dr. Phil or something.
You know.
That's something.
Dr. Phil good.
And while Ryan's talking over here, we're going to talk about the Red Bull she got on because I'm about to steal my phone.
Oh, yeah. I wish
Listen.
I could lift them so they can see.
Listen, I need to switch just a minute.
I want them to see. Can y'all see?
Can you see the red boobs?
Can y'all
Can you
see?
see the red boobs?
She's showing the boobs.
That's a diva boob. Just letting you know.
That's a little talent. Did y'all see that?
Yes, tell us.
My cheerleader
You
days
better
came
write
back.
that down.
My cheerleader day came back for that.
Talking about something I absolutely loved. Did y'all see the halftime show?
Oh,
Listen,
Talk about for the culture.
For the culture.
Listen,
all of them.
I was sea walking.
No, you wasn't. No,
Bad
you
knee,
wasn't.
My husband
bad knee. look, I forgot my knee was bad until I got done.
There you go. There you
But
go.
that was good.
What I
to
loved
me.
about it was it represented so many things at once.
Exactly.
Dr. Dre has not performed in I don't know how long. I
Exactly.
cannot remember the last time he performed on anything. So to see him up there was so awesome. But then Snoop Dogg was with him back in the day.
Right.
Exactly.
They the originals.
Right.
And then after that, what did he do with his lineage? Oh, we got 50.
We got
Eminem.
50.
And then
Mary.
Mary she just needed to be there because
Yes,
that's the
Mary.
queen and it is what it
Come
is.
on,
Mary is good. And you know what? I got to be honest. I have not always been a Mary fan.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something. First of all, Mary done been through some stuff
Yeah.
and came through some stuff.
Yeah.
Done taught some people along the way, and she's still doing that dance.
Yes.
Yes. Love Mary. Love you, girl.
But last night she laid out.
Yes.
She gave it. She
Listen,
gave
But
it.
you know what?
Yeah.
To me, she represents if self-love was a person.
There you go.
Because if you watch her over time,
She has
Yes.
evolved.
you can tell when she wasn't necessarily taking care of herself.
Yep.
That's right.
And when she was in the wrong situations and crowds and relationships and how she looks now, she's just together. You can tell that she put herself first, she got herself together, and she's just shining.
She has inner glow.
And then
definitely.
she's trying to encourage every single one
Yeah.
of us.
Yes.
Every single one of us,
Yeah.
every morning. I
Yeah.
love her for that. You
Yes,
know.
yes, yes.
But I thoroughly enjoyed that halftime
Yeah.
show.
That was
Yeah.
bomb. Shout out to
Yeah.
all of them. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
So tonight, we talked about love. If you were here, you got it. If not, please watch it on the replay. We're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be all over the place. Love on yourself. Love on your sisters, your family, your friends, everyone in your life. And continue to celebrate this day, whether you're in a relationship or not. If it's failed, a new one is coming.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there's Galentine's Day. There are
Yes.
other things that you can do to keep yourself encouraged
Absolutely.
and in love. There's still love in the community. We got to make sure we bring it in the room and keep it in the room.
Absolutely.
it.
This has been For the Culture. It's your girl, Miss Y.
AWB.
The diva.
And you're going to catch us next week. Bye.
Bye.